Bonjour. Now you know it's my favourite time of the week, and my God, we've got some stuff to go through here. So as always, thank you to all you sexy, nutty 20,000 plus subscribers now. Thank you so much. Please come on. I still need them comments. I still need you to start getting involved. I'm getting the likes. Love you all for whatever you're doing, but come on, try and give me a little comment or two, even if you disagree with me. And you know I don't mind that. You know I don't mind it. Just this is only comics. Let's talk about our favourite characters. If it isn't my favourite character, you tell me. Anyway, enough waffle because there's a lot here, and I've got to do a deep dive on a few of them, and it's more than five, and the quality this week was outstanding. So I'm going to start with this little beauty. The artwork, not only the story is great, and the artwork is beautiful, and the colouring. So I need to do a deep dive on that. Probably won't do in-depth deep dives on these because I've got about 8, I think. That's the only non-issue 1 or issue 2. The rest of these, this is an issue 1. This was great fun. I don't know, there was something about it that, yeah, it was just a good. And I love Hellboy. The surprising one. Now, I think I did mention this when they done that mini series, but I suppose they've released this for Halloween. But Erica Schultz on this just has fun with the character, and there's something about the character that I really enjoy. I don't think it's going to win any awards or become a collector's item for decades to come, but I'm just enjoying them. They're solid for me. I think they are. This is very, very solid, and it's got a load of nods to the first film in it, which I really enjoyed. I really did enjoy that. Benjamin Percy was really winking at Predator fans, like the film fans in this, which is great. Didn't halt the story. He didn't just set the story up around anecdotes or things that happened in the first film. It was just a nod and a wink to the fans of the film. This carried on well. He's built J. Michael Straczynski. He's taken his time building this up, but I am enjoying it in the meanwhile. I think he's getting back to basics for that one. And I am a fan of Jesus' Science's artwork. God, glad I put my new teeth in for that one. This was another issue 2, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed the issue 1s, issue 2s. This was another great follow-up to a great first issue, and how the story has been written and the artwork mirroring a storyline. We're going to have a look at it, mirroring the storylines they were telling. I tell you what, one of the most, like, just on the technical side, and I do enjoy the artwork, but just on the technical, it's great. Gotta hold on for the deep dive. And comic of the week. I've got a soft spot for Tony Daniel. And one of the guys in the comic shop, John, how you doing, mate? I'm talking about you. Pointed out the fact that one of the first comics he did, or the first comic Tony Daniel did, was F5 for Image back in the 90s. Would it have been mid-90s, late 90s? And that took me straight back. But I've been a fan of Tony Daniels for a long, long while. And this comic book, this story is off to a really, really good start. Very good start. And I don't know if he's got anyone inking him on this. No, just story and art, Tony Daniels. So let's see if he can keep this quality up. The style in this is a little bit looser. But anyway, we'll get into it. A few also rans. As always, DC, this Brave and the Bold, with Stormwatch. I couldn't remember that last month, could I? Stormwatch. The Stormwatch story in this anthology book, there's always a black and white Batman story in the back. Just 4 or 5 pages. The one they've put in this month's issue. Just a superb Batman read and a great anthology. Like I say, there's a Stormwatch story in there and a Superman story, which hasn't been as good, but You know what it's like, anthologies, you can't like them all. Another issue 2, discontinued. I did review issue 1. This continues to be another good read, another good build, just building, and I'm really enjoying it. And building, well, Void Rivals hasn't let me down either this month. So obviously not doing a deep dive on these, but just a few more recommendations. At Void Rivals, I don't know how many issues he's going to be in the first chapter he's doing, but yeah, it's a decent read. And I might do, well, no, I suppose I did do the distillery. There's a new player in town, which has got some great talent, and this by Jock, written and drawn by Jock, was a good. I'm not going to do a deep dive in it because Jock's artwork, and this is like an urban, like a sci-fi dystopian future, but it's more urban, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But there's not really a lot to do a deep dive on, but I do thoroughly recommend. This is the second book in this format that Distillery has done. To continue on like this, I tell you what, fair play. I mean, it's brave. I've just done the brave and the bold. I tell you what, this is brave and bold, doing this scale of product. Just wanted to see if he was doing the... Oh, he done the colours with Lee Luffridge, Jock. So it's written, wrote the theme tune, sung the theme tune, everything. Right, no time to waste, guys. Join me after the scroll for the deep dive in that third. I normally say 5, don't I? But I couldn't contain myself this week. Sorry. 2, 4, 7. Oh, I'm cheating, breaking my own rules. Anyway, don't care. It's my channel. Do what I want. Join me after the scroll. Oh, let's get right into it with this. I think Batman Beyond is kind of like in recent years it seems to me like he's a forgotten character. Old is it Terry Scott? Oh, it shows you how much of a fan I am, doesn't it? I'm off already. But anyway, I've really been enjoying this Neo-Gothic storyline. This artwork is absolutely stunning. And combined with the colouring, by the way, every now and again you get a storyline that combined with the colorist. Look at this! Wow, that's some Batman artwork right there. If you're a Batman fan, and particularly a Batman Beyond fan like I am, and it's got to be a big shout out to Max Dunbar, who's the artist on this, combined with the colouring from Rain Burrido. Got to shout out for them too, to be fair. Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing on the story of this as well. Do you know what? Even the lettering, Hassan Otzomi Elahu, it's not a name I recognise, guys, so forgive me. But even down to the lettering, everything's in sync with this. Look at this. This is beautiful artwork. And combined with a great storyline. Then he goes back into the cartoony style because he's having a bit of a mental moment in this issue. And old Terry. And so look, we're back into the cartoony Batman adventure style. And then we're straight back into what's going on in his head. Like he got given a dose of something last month. And now he's going into these nightmares. Now he's crossing over with this new character called Kyle. No relation to Selena. It's great stuff. Look at how they've done between the artist and the colorist. I hope you can pick that out on the video. And even the lettering. So as you're reading the story and he's thinking, look, he's even a cat over here. Look, and this is just kind of like a dream sequence kind of thing, but nevertheless, meow. The lettering again. I mean, there's a lot of thought and effort that has gone into this, and I love the panels, how he's laid out the panels. These bits here, it's all classic stuff. Like, he's not rewriting the history of comic book sequential art, but this stuff, I just love it as you're reading it. But this is all fun, and it's he's a ghost, and he's trying to you know, he's trying to interfere. John Constantine, here we go. As if like, really? John Constantine turns up, who, and obviously this Kyle was an orphan, and John Constantine, the mirror image of, you know, Bruce Wayne and Robin, or Bruce Wayne and Terry. Oh, I don't know what the origin is, but and how, and obviously John Constantine, because obviously it's set in the future, so he's passed on. John Constantine has passed on all the curses he had to Kyle before he dies, which is very nice of him. And look, you know, this character that's down in the, you know, underneath Gotham City, playing around with Terry and Kyle's minds, because he's on a mission to save, you know, the children. I just thought, just take that. Fantastic stuff. I really did enjoy that. And it's so unexpected, and he's such an overlooked character now. He's, you know, Batman Beyond. He's not really a cool character, is he? And I think that goes for Hellboy a little bit as well now. I think he's become like almost. I know he's had the Hollywood movies, but do you know what? I think he's become a bit of a niche character again now. Which, do you know what? I've got no problem with that, because I've read Hellboy from the very beginning, because yes, I am that old. This was a fun story. Look, set in London in 1967. The old phone box rings, and he gets kidnapped. Here we go. He's getting kidnapped, and that in your plot is he gets kidnapped. And spoiler alert, by the way. So before I turn the page, if you're going to buy this and you want a little surprise, you know, you're just going to pick this up anyway because you're a Hellboy fan, then please avert your eyes and ears and skip to the next comic. So he gets kidnapped, right? Gets put into this chair, and his mind is connected to. Well, once they switch it on, look, the big giant Hellboy, robot Hellboy. I just thought this was a mad, insane idea, and it's from Mike Mignola, who's obviously the creator of Hellboy. Duncan Federago's artwork on this, as always, is superb. The two of them really do suit each other. And basically from there, it's about the fact that Hellboy in this robot can't really figure out how to control that. And you're wondering, like, why? Why have they done this? Why do they want a robot Hellboy? But apparently, you know, this Godzilla-like monster is lurking in the mist around this laboratory that this character is trying to infiltrate. And they need a big giant robot Hellboy. But it doesn't go very well. Anyway, this was action-packed. A really quick read as well. Just proper comics. As Mike Mignola can write them. And Duncan Federago can draw them. Minimal, you know, maximum art, maximum action, minimal talk. This was another book. I just enjoyed these books this week. I'm not going to show you the last page because that's another spoiler. But you obviously know it's a giant robot Hellboy from the cover, so I'm not giving anything away really. Now this one, I know you might be rolling your eyes, but please bear with me. Erica Schultz on this character, when she'd done that 5 or 6 issue miniseries a couple of months ago, I just really enjoyed it. There was just something about this character I enjoy, and combined with what's his name's artwork, Michael Dowling's artwork. Again, I think this is a writer-artist team that work well together, and they're obviously just, this is a one shot that's riffing off of Halloween. So what a perfect opportunity with this character to riff off of Halloween. Thoroughly enjoyed it with a bag of masks. And Erica Schultz just had some fun with it. And why not? Look, I've never even seen this mask before in my bag. And she becomes like this. And it's not like they're trying to gender swap Captain America. She's just put the mask on. But look at the shield. I just thought this was great. She's even taller. She's even taller by putting on the Captain America mask. She's flinging the shield around. Um, yeah, I just thought it was really, really not really fun. Like just a good laugh. This character's here, you know, as a kind of Spider-Man thing, or knockoff. So yeah, she's Captain America mostly in this. Now she's getting overcome by all the zombies in this story, but she puts the Hulk mask on. I don't know. Perhaps it's just me, guys. I'll leave it there. But perhaps you get the gist. You get the gist of it. Halloween special. It just put a smile on my face. That one, to be fair, a bit like Hellboy. They are. There's nothing wrong with having some fun, is there? You know, with these comic characters. And talking of that, Benjamin Percy is having a lot of fun, and I'm glad he is with this book. Again, the artwork is stunning. You know, we're in Canada. Obviously, he's on the run from the Predator now. Beautiful artwork. Just beautiful artwork. And again, more pictures and less words. Is probably the only reason how some of these comics this week I've got all the way through it. But all of these, the art team, Ken Lashley, but it's mostly Benjamin Percy's, and I'm going to have to pick out, because obviously it goes to South America where Wolverine was with Team X. Now Team X, that reminded me of the Image team book, but it's obviously not. But it's the Marvel Team X. But it really did. So they're in South America, and it is like the original film. And here we go. And where is it? Where is it? So no, here we go. There it is. But I needed a beat to dig in, and no, it's not that bit. It's something about a tick in a. He's dug in. You read the quote from the first film. He's dug in deeper than a tick under the what's it? And anyway, this is just, like I say, this is just fantastic stuff. Yeah. We're digging, and thank God for that. I found that. Otherwise, you'd think I was going mental. So this is just great. That again, they're not embarrassed about the fact that it's Wolverine and Predator. If you're matching these two characters up, let's see it. We want this. We want all this. And then when one of the characters says, "and digging in like an Alabama tick," it just kind of made me almost laugh out loud. And this kind of stuff, like from the first film, when he's gurgling and coughing up all the green stuff all over him. Yeah, I just thought it was really, and there are another couple of it's not just that riffs off the first film. If it was, I wouldn't have mentioned it. But I won't hang around trying to find them. I should have made a note of them, shouldn't I, if I was more organised. But look, just great action sequences. It's all of what you want. They think they've done him in. No, they haven't. Yeah, really, really enjoyed it. This is all the stuff you want, isn't it? Big explosions, Predators and Wolverine going at it, and a bit of gunplay thrown in. Come on, what's not to love? And that's an issue 2, the same as this. And J. Straczynski is building up a nice storyline here. Obviously, old Steve Rogers getting into trouble with some brown shirts in 1938. I just like this. I've got to say, I'm enjoying, little asides like this. You all right, son? Looks like you've been in a fight. Look, you should see the other guys. Look, he's got a bloody nose. Look, and them two are just brushing the dust off their hands. and then we're back into present day, and then that. So we're flicking backwards and forwards. And it's obvious that Steve Rogers is going to help out all his neighbours. He's moved back into his old tenement block from back in the day. I can't. I don't know how they threw Spider-Man in. It was a really random one. I've got to say, that was really, really random. And I thought we were beyond the days when you just dropped in a guest star and put him on the cover to boost your sales. Does Captain America really need Spider-Man on the cover to boost sales? I mean, I don't know what the sales are like. Anyway, this is more of the back in the day stuff. Baron Zemo, Baron Strucker, just setting up a nice. Again, this is a lot of this is set in the past. That's his dad's medals that the landlord had because his dad's passed away. Blah blah blah. He's still got them. Is a couple of all back in the day. I know you could say it's a little bit obvious the stuff he's doing, but I think he's setting up. I think he's setting up something good. We've got these characters here that are in the tenement block, and I'm sure that this is all going to get linked in. So yeah. There's not really a lot of Captain America action in that apart from on the cover with Spider-Man, guest starring Spider-Man. Now this little beauty was just short of being Book of the Week. If Edenwood hadn't come out, this would have been Book of the Week. And how they mirrored the story of what's going on today with like a story from Wonder Woman's past on Themyscira. This is really a very, very well accomplished story, and how they've done it. If it isn't on the same page, it's on opposing pages. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Lovely artwork job as well. And it goes backwards and forwards. You know what Wonder Woman faced back in the day, and what she's facing now. Very so well done. Look at that. Just really, and I know Tom King is like I said. I did review issue 1, and I know that was going down in certain circles like a lead balloon. But do you know what? Daniel Sampere's art, he's got a love. Just a bit like with Dan Moore. They're not the same. I'm not saying either of them are look the same, but I'm just saying that they make this stuff look easy. Very economical. Same as Dan Moore, just economical but just does enough. I mean, what a scene. It's great stuff. This is what I want from Wonder Woman anyway. This is a great character that's popping up who's not really, he's been tasked by the government to bring Wonder Woman in. And he's a bit too arrogant and cocky. So yeah, in this issue, we do want to see him brought down a peg or two. And here's how it's going to happen, because this is how Wonder Woman was, back in the day, with the backstory bit. Really, really enjoyed it. Like I say, it just picked to the post. Stuff like this. That's why we've bought a Wonder Woman comic. Why not have that? The same with a Superman comic or whatever it is. And a bit of backstory, modern day backstory. Oh, God. But how they mirrored it, how the story flowed, and I know I've said about the others that are all that we use in all the pictures. This particular story needed this, but how well it all. I do recommend this, guys. Get issue 1 and issue 2 while it's still hanging around, because I tell you what, this was just great comic book storytelling for me. I really enjoyed it. It's what Wonder Woman. Here we go, plink 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 with her bracelets and stuff. Yeah, it's what for me, it's what I expect out of comic books. Still after everything I've just shown you, look, we're still only at the Staples. We're kind of midway, and we're still mirroring the whole way through. Great stuff. And Sampere, I mean, I'll say midway through the comic, but they've wasted a load of it on this. So we're nearly at the end. I've come to the end there. That's a shame. I was gassing too much, but I'm not so sure about the backstory bit there. I think that's all a bit, yeah. But comic of the week, book of the week, whatever you want to call it, Edenwood. Tony S. Daniel, like I said in the intro, was talking to a fellow comic book aficionado, John, who was talking about Tony Daniel and, you know, the first book. This was in Comics and Fantasy in Hornchurch, Essex, where I get all my latest books. Well, and most of my back issues, to be fair. Hello, Paul. So I was talking to John, and he reminded me of where kind of Tony Daniel started out with one of his first books, or if not the first book, F5. And we did have a giggle. You know, suddenly reminiscing about some of the early Image books. So anyway, Tony Daniel's art style has come on, and he's obviously inking this and colouring it as well. Let me just double check that he is, isn't he? I did say that at the beginning. Yeah. Oh no, colours, J. David Ramos. So, but written and drawn and inked by Tony Daniel, and setting up a really nice, a really interesting fantasy story about the Edenwood being out of control and demons in this Edenwood and the witches. It just teases us in this first issue. It introduces us to our main characters. And I won't go right into it, but here's our demons. When people, you know, these are the demons that are the enemy. And are spreading the Edenwood, and it's only the witches that stand in their way. They encounter, here's a demon. How does he describe himself? A demon hunter, is it? Or, yeah, demon killer, Bastille. And again, look at this lovely artwork. Here's the witches' army, which is just a nice twist on what you would normally expect. But again, like I say, it's teasing. It's teasing. So we get all this intro, and then 3 years later, and we think he's found one of the main characters we was introduced to at the beginning. And I will leave it there, because what you want this book to do for you, if you pick it up, and I do thoroughly recommend it, obviously, because it's my book of the week, please pick it up, because I tell you what, just a modern fantasy story with enough twists and turns and action in it. I just like this panel here where he's falling down and he's sealed the arrows in his back. And this is how it's depicted. His mask as well. I thought that was great. So anyway, I'm gonna leave that one there. Let's leave that. It's the book of the week, but let's just leave that there, because you know what time it is now, guys, don't you? It's cover of the week. So this is where we have even more fun playing around with comics and imagining that we only had pocket money for one book, or maybe two books, but we've got to choose one winner, haven't we? But what would be, you know, those old spinner racks? So you're in the newsagent or wherever you know, you're in the shop and you're spinning the comics round. I mean, I don't know if that's quite. I mean, it's got the big, what are they? The Apache helicopters, and you've got the modern army there with Wonder Woman looking mean and moody. This is just a classic. I mean, I love the kind of witch, kind of zombie, whatever they are in the background. I don't know if that's such an action-packed, but it's Spider-Man, isn't it? I suppose I better advertise. I'll advertise for Marvel, guest star in Spider-Man. This is everything it says on the tin. Come on, Predator strangling someone and Wolverine with his claws out, so you ain't going to get any better than that, is it really? Just for sheer fun, giant robot Hellboy, I just think that's doing everything it says on the tin. It really is. Batman, brave and the bold. I mean, obviously, we all like a Batman injured, don't we? All bandaged up and that mean and moody. Black cat, bats. Yeah, and he's obviously down in the Batcave. Another Batman one. It is Mike Dunbar, isn't it? Who done this kind of beautiful artwork. as always, yeah. Oh, Max, sorry, I apologise. Max Dunbar, not Mike. And again, this is, you know, a zombie fungus attacking Batman. All the bats in Batman Beyond in the background. All the bats in the background. So, yeah, I think the two Batman ones. Yeah, yeah, good. I think I'll leave. I think I'm going to leave that one now. I don't think it's Hellboy, even though it's a giant robot Hellboy. I think Captain America. I'm all right. It is a bit static. And I think it's kind of no, it's not Wonder Woman. I think we're down to these three guys. I think we're down to these three now. What one will I take off first? Really, I think it'll be that one. And then between these two, I've got to say it's Edenwood for me. And I know I said that the Captain America cover was static, and so you could accuse this, but for an issue one, I just think this says a whole lot. I mean, a fantasy warrior with a sword and a gun, standing in fire, surrounded by evil witches. That would be, yeah, that would be right up my alley. If I only had pocket money, and if I had pocket money for two, I would have bought, on the strength of the cover, by the way. I'm not, you know, on the strength of the cover, I think it would have been Predator and Wolverine, to be fair. So anyway, that's the cover of the week, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know it might be, I don't know, I've tried to run through this as quick as I can to, you know, to not make it too lengthy. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And until next week, I will bid you all adios.